on the next episode of Love, Life, and Liquor.
Hey, it is Dom and
Mareshah.
For another.
Don't even say which. Welcome to our podcast.
You're listening to Love, Life and Liquor, a Drankin Partners podcast. If you like beer, food, sex, and talking about badass kids, then this is the podcast you've been waiting for. Now, here are your peoples, Mareshah and Dom.
So it has been it's been quite a long time since we actually did an episode, and this is a very special episode. We're sitting here laying in the bed. We're doing something a little bit different. It's impromptu. Before we were doing a whole lot of planning, which we'll still do with other episodes, but this time we was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get this banged out, because she kind of gave me an ultimatum. She was like, look, are we gonna do this podcast or not? And I've had upwards of 2 people ask me if we were going to do another episode.
Upwards of 2.
Tens of people.
I would say tens.
Yeah, So we've had a couple people. So we say, why not? So on top of doing some of the long form podcast episodes, I think it'd probably be good if sometimes we just drop a couple of short ones where we just talk about what the hell's happening in our life, and what's happening in the algorithm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we had a conversation the other day about fly out or flew out culture.
It's flued out.
Flued out. Okay, flued out. So I'm going to play this clip. I'm gonna play 2 clips actually. One of the clips was actually sent to me by one of my boys, and you haven't had the chance to hear it. We'll just play both, and then we'll discuss afterwards. All right?
Okay, just give me my hot take.
All right.
If a dude flies you out the country the day you send that flight information, you're consenting to a trip to Pound Town. Incorrect. The only thing that's consent is actual consent. But this is sort of a nonverbal agreement, a contract, if you will. Ladies, y'all say stuff like, why didn't you communicate your expectations with me beforehand? I thought I did when I bought the ticket. But man, we can't say nothing like, yo, if I fly you out, you got to let me hit it, right? Nah, she'll dry up faster than a slug with salt on it. So now we got to ask for it talking in code like the feds is listening to see where your mind is at. Like, yo, if I buy you this lingerie this weekend, you going to wear it for me? And then you got to judge the temperature by her answer. Something like this happened to me. I'm talking to this chick from back home. I say, yo, why don't you I'll fly you to Arizona for my birthday, and I'll fly out from LA. Now I'm buying 2 plane tickets, double L. She's like, yeah, that's cool. Can we stay at the W? Okay, big bucks. I get a reservation at the W. When she lands, I feel like I got catfish because her forehead was crazier than mine, and the wig felt like it was melting off her face, or she did it herself. I don't know, but it was nasty. We get to the hotel room. She says, I'm going to jump in the shower before the nighttime festivities. So I'm laying in the bed, sleep. I hear her on FaceTime with another dude back home. Now I'm a player. I don't say nothing. I wait till she hangs up. I slide in the shower trying to assert my dominance right away. She said, I didn't come here for all that. I just came to get to know you better. I said, we could have done that on FaceTime. I don't buy platonic plane tickets, baby. You got to go. I didn't cancel that flight back home and the hotel reservation. It cost her like $1,000 to get back. I'm not the exit, baby. You'll never get off on me.
If a man fly you out, are you
fucking?
You fucking? So you're not going if you're not.
I'm not going if I'm not fucking.
So why do women do that now?
Because they want a free trip.
But if they not fucking, I feel like just be real and say that though.
They want to help you. Fly me out of town. I'm fucking as soon as we get there.
I feel like that's protocol.
That was probably a little too graphic. You probably weren't expecting that one off the jump. So the first scenario was dude. He knew a chick from back home. They talked. Things were getting, frisky through the text messages and all of that. And then, she agreed to come out. And then the second was the fact that old girl co-signed it. She says, if I'm getting flued out, that is an invitation to Pound Town. Your thoughts?
So the first video, it's not what I thought it was when we talked about it earlier, because he caught her FaceTiming another dude.
Yeah.
But where was the part about the party and the homegirl? Did I fall asleep for a second?
That was in the caption.
Okay.
So he wrote it in the caption. He talked about how he bought her like some lingerie. I think.
But is that what he implied, or is that what did she say that, or that's what he thought happened?
No, he was saying he was I mean, because there was obviously, through the caption, he was talking about how, he already knew her. Like she's from back around the way, and they had been texting for a while. So, by looking at the text messages and him saying, so what we gonna do when you get here? And she's like, oh, we gonna, do A, B, and C. And, if I buy you some lingerie, you gonna wear it? And she was like, yeah, because, you already know what time it is, blah, blah, blah. So the messaging was already reckless, off top. And then bong, he buys the plane ticket. She shows up. And then she was like, nah, I'm just trying to get to know you.
No.
No to what?
All of it. Like, so he was like, she was looking crazy when she got off the plane.
Yeah,
Maybe when she got off the plane, she was like, he's looking crazy. Like, this is
it might have been.
No.
Uh-huh.
He was not giving what need to be gave.
Okay, so
So it's a difference if you're on the phone or whatever, and you're saying this and that. But then when you get there and you don't feel the same.
Right. So you're saying at any given time, if somebody says no, then it's off.
Yeah, like if I don't feel like it, I don't feel like it.
I'm with that. That makes sense. But, do you think he was wrong that he decided to, cancel her plane ticket and all that other stuff?
If she did, in fact, use him just to get out there to go to a party and see somebody else, no, he was not wrong for canceling her trip back home. Because you shouldn't use people for...
Yeah.
Get like an airline credit card so you can get miles so you don't have to do that.
So what do you think about the old girl's attitude in the second clip? Because since everybody hasn't seen it, I'll make sure that I post a link so you can watch it for yourself. But by her saying that, the dudes were like, yeah, this is the type of attitude that we need to have from all women if I decide, to fly you out.
I think a lot of, I don't know if she feels like that because that's what she's been conditioned to think, because that's what the men are saying. Like, if I fly you out, then you got to do this, which I feel like it is a case of that, even if she may not consciously think that, because we've all heard like, oh, if I buy this lobster, what's going to have to happen. It's the same thing. And no, if you buy this lobster, then you bought this lobster.
It's not a coochie coupon.
No, because like we talked about before, if you're talking to somebody long distance or whatever, and you're like, I want to see you, I want to get to know you better.
Yeah.
Then if that's really what you want, then you will fly them out, or you'll fly to be where they are. If you want them to be with you just because you want their company. If you can't afford to do that, then just say that.
Yeah.
Like, why does there have to be some transaction?
Unfortunately, I think most of these transactions aren't necessarily relationship based.
I feel like, isn't it more cost effective to do that locally? I feel like these are dudes who just got played. So they're like, oh, I got this girl, I'm gonna fly her out. Yeah. And then when she gets there and she's like, I'm not feeling it, or I never had no intention. Now you want to flip it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because why would you do that if it wasn't that serious? Yeah. If you have the money to do that, then it's not a problem.
So you think these are broke people problems? Broke mentality? Because I'm not gonna say that plane tickets are a lot of money, but if you read through the comments, because you can get plane tickets.
I mean, they're a lot of money, but they're not a lot of money.
Right. But a lot of dudes were saying that it is a fair exchange, my time and my money for the butt.
So if your money is so valuable, then why don't you date somebody that you don't have to fly out?
Yeah.
Have somebody that you just Uber.
I don't. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
so that's why I feel like that's a...
Because anybody that knows me knows I value my money. And I'm not flying you out.
A very weird... It's a weird thing to do if you feel that strongly about it. Like, I don't want to spend my Southwest bucks on you unless you're doing this. So just procure locally.
Honestly, I don't think dudes really want to admit it because, they want to... I think they kind of want to brag and be like, oh, she got flued out, et cetera, et cetera. But to me, To me, this is trickin. This is next level trickin. You know what I mean? As much as dudes don't want to be tricks, it seems like there's a whole lot of tricking going on these days.
If it was the other way around, if women was like, okay,
yeah,
so if you fly me out, then you're expecting me to have sex with you because you bought me anytime, anywhere ticket from Southwest.
Right.
So we get the plane ticket, I come out there, then I have to have sex with you. Yeah. And I'm like, well, if I have sex with you, then you have to be my boyfriend. Like, we go together now.
Yeah.
We are exclusive.
Dudes ain't agreeing to that.
But why not? Like, that's my expectation. You flew me all the way out here just to have sex.
It's tricking.
And I'm like, no, if I fly all the way out here to have sex, like, we go together now. So why, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's stupid for them to have that expectation, but I can't expect that because I'm like, well, you went through a lot of trouble to bring me out here. Obviously, you want to be with me.
That's a lot of work to fly somebody out.
That's what I'm saying. Uber them.
Have you ever been flew out?
Yes.
Word?
You flew me out.
No, ma'am. That isn't.
No,
ma'am. Because that's different. Because our situation. See, now you got me sounding like a trick. We were building. You know what I'm saying? Interesting. Because I think about it, obviously, times are a lot different now where, everything's all extra digital. I honestly don't even remember what it was like to even buy a plane ticket back then. Like, did you have to call the airline and buy a ticket over the phone?
We did because
nobody's getting flued out then. What did people do?
I remember the thing wouldn't recognize, I kept trying to say Fort Walton Beach. She was like,
that's right.
Did you mean Dallas? I'm like, no, Fort Walton Beach.
Yeah, type in your credit card information and shit on the phone. That is crazy. So I guess, in a digital age, it's
you can do it on your phone.
It's easy to trick. That's out of control. But yeah, I just.
You know what? They're probably using their airline miles. They probably really even buying these tickets.
Motherfuckers ain't got no airline miles to be doing. No, man.
You got a Southwest credit card? Every time you buy gas, you get triple points?
Motherfuckers are complaining about $200 tickets. You think they got points? Come on, man. Because the exchange rate is crazy when it comes to cooch because everybody expects cooch, whether you buy an extra cheese on a, you know what I'm saying, on a Whopper or like you said, lobster. They
value it so much. You put so much on it, but you want me to give it to you for nothing, for extra cheese, for bacon, for plane tickets, for movie tickets.
For bacon.
It doesn't
make sense, right? But that's the go-to. Give you this cheese.
But they're the ones who want it so bad. I have it already.
Give up I guess you do. Check your algorithm. I know it's all over mine. Twerking, art, pimple popping, and then getting flued out. That's all my IG. As a matter of fact, if this is your first time listening to the podcast, then you can catch us on Apple Podcasts. You can catch us on Google. You can catch us on Anchor. Pretty much anywhere that you get your podcast from. Also, since we are talking about, all the different things that we have, it is a new year. And like I said, Mareshah kind of gave me an ultimatum, pretty much do better with the brand. We're going to get back into the TV products. We'll see. It probably won't be until December 2023, but we're going to make at least one episode happen this year. Sometimes, if you check out our stories, we post a lot of wild stuff that happens throughout the Instagram universe with people just doing a whole lot of wild stuff with food. So boom, we were scrolling, through all the reels yesterday, and we came up on a lady that was cooking crabs in the air fryer. I've never heard of this. I honestly didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know you can actually cook crab in the air fryer, but they were alive too. She took them out of the basket. She put them in the little air fryer drawer. Put all the seasonings on it. She had some wet garlic sauce. She put some Old Bay on them, and then she pushed the door closed. You could see one of the claws sticking out, and then she turned it on, and then it was. And then it was the reveal, and the shits was, a nice bright red, and then she was killing them. I've never heard of that. Have you ever heard of?
No, but the funniest part to me was you were so appalled by it. And I was like, why is he so upset?
I'm blown because, come on, man.
Because you said air fryer and I thought deep fryer. And so I'm like, isn't it just kind of like how when you drop them in the boiling water?
Oh, you talk like.
But then you were like, why don't you feel like this is not crazy? And then I realized in the air fryer, like,
like if
they had to get to temperature.
Like if it was some soft shell crab, then
that is pretty sad.
Then I can understand that. You know what I mean?
It probably wasn't immediate.
Then you cook them, but this shit, like I was saying, this is like Final Destination.
Yeah.
They put these crab in this air fryer like they was in a tanning salon, and they closed the door and these motherfuckers couldn't get out.
I wonder how long before they died.
I don't even necessarily know if I want to think about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were good as hell, but one of the comments when I watched that video, it said, who the hell gave black people air fryers?
We put everything in there.
Because we put everything in the damn air fryer as well as the, what's that thing called? The Instapot.
The Instapot
just throw shit in there, turn it on for an hour or whatever, then boom.
Yes.
And now they're doing that with that air fryer. Back home, like, I feel like that's blasphemous. If you ever had crab in Maryland at DC, like, that's just not a thing. You would never do that.
I don't know.
Because in my head, you put them in this air fryer and they'd explode. But clearly that's.
But would I fry?
And how does
crab stick?
And how does the seasoning work? You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't fry a crab, a whole crab.
You said you wouldn't fry a crab?
Not like that. Well, I don't like the whole crab. I just want the legs.
I mean, you fry crab all the time. Well, you got to get soft shell crab if you're gonna do that though. Like I wouldn't. And how you're thinking?
Would you put a crab in the oven?
No.
I feel like it's similar to the air fryer. Like that's why I'm like.
Do motherfuckers put crabs in the oven? Why? What happens if I just type oven baked crab?
Roasted crabs.
Oven baked crab.
But you would grill a crab. That's good.
Yeah. Easy baked crab legs. How long does it take for crab to cook in the oven? 15 to 20 minutes for king crab. 10 to 15 minutes for snow crab. You know what though?
It's probably good because it's like.
If you put it in like a foil pack or something? That's probably what they're talking about though.
No, because the crab is going to be like cooking in its own juice. Like when you cook chicken and it's in the chicken juice?
Yeah.
Like sous vide.
Don't nobody know what the hell a sous vide is.
They can look it up.
Sous vide is nothing but a Ziploc bag with food. But I will say that it tastes good. It looks like it's a real cheap way to cook food, but you can't mess up sous vide like steak. You think about boiled steak and it sounds absolutely disgusting, but it's good.
He doubted me.
I thought it was going to be tragic, but it was pretty damn tasty. Not even bad. It was perfectly cooked.
You just got to sear it.
The seasoning was crazy. It's probably much better than the air fryer crab meat, but I'm going to try it.
You can try it.
But then again, I guess I can't. Where am I going to get a bushel of crab from around here? In Texas. Live crab. You can only buy
H-E-B.
Cooked crab. They ain't got live crab at H-E-B.
Didn't they have crabs over the summer?
They do, but not live. Like they cook the joints for you.
No. They have live crabs around here.
This is Texas. There ain't nan water
it's the Gulf
around
Coast.
here. Texas is not known for crab, man. When have you ever heard of Texas crab?
I'm just because they're not known for it.
You've never heard of folks from Texas like, yo, you ever had them Texas crab?
They have water.
You think of Maryland. You think of Virginia. You think of Charleston.
They have crabs in Florida.
You don't think of Florida though when you
but
think
they
of
have crabs. That's what I'm saying. They have water. They have a lot of beach.
Texas, you ain't catching no crabs out here in Texas. Please, somebody out here let me know. Let us know.
And the Gulf Coast.
No. Maybe on the Mexico side. Maybe in the Louisiana side.
That's where the Gulf is.
I'm just saying. Out here in Texas, there's no crab meats.
There's crab. Texas crab.
You about to Google Texas crab?
Yeah.
You about to get no hits.
What kind of crab are in Texas?
Little dirty crab.
But they are crabs.
Little dirty ass
mud crabs.
Mud crabs.
Live in burrows under
nobody eats those.
Shells or among the seagrass in the salt marshes all along the Texas coast.
Dirty river shrimps.
They have oysters too.
Mm-mm. I mean, they may have those, but
they have blue crabs.
They don't have no real blue crab out here. How you ain't never seen no crab joints around here?
You do.
No.
What's that place?
And they import all their crab. If you look at the bottom of the menu, it's like imported from somewhere else.
What's that place?
Crab Shack.
No.
Crackin' Crab. Crab Cracks. Crunchy Crab.
No, it's right there. They used to have the food truck come out here.
Cajun Crabs.
I don't know the name of it. You know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about. It costs $100 for 2 pounds of crab.
Yeah, that place.
Texas is known for oil. They're known for steers.
Stop. Just stop.
Trashy football teams.
Blue crabs are the most sought crab species on the Texas Gulf Coast. TexasOutdoorDigest.com.
Anywho, Mareshah just made all that stuff up. So if you want to follow us on the socials, make sure you follow us on IG at Drankin Partners. And we do have a TikTok page that I still don't know how it works. And we have like 10 followers or something like that.
Thank you guys. All 10 of you.
But I thank all 10 of y'all. Y'all are the greatest followers that anybody can actually ask for. And of course, you know, the podcast, Love, Life, and Liquor, Drankin Partners Podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcast from. Peace.
Bye.
Right.
Thanks for tuning in to Love, Life and Liquor. Make sure to like, subscribe and follow on all platforms. And be sure to tell the mandem about us.